Well, according to maybe you, but
And according to everybody else.
no, not me.
Everybody.
What happened?
Prove you wrong. Almost everyone. Almost everyone. Not care.
Don't ever make an absolute, right? Don't ever make an absolute because you will be proven wrong.
And you are proven right here.
Okay, look, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Listen. Let's talk about the state rep. Not about the boundaries. Let's talk about Jeannie Morrison, who is the state rep out of District 30, which is Victoria, which is now part of.
And the white man did you read it too, right?
The white man.
Wait.
The white man.
What did you take out the woman for, man? We need more women representation up there, man.
But wait, the elections hasn't been held, so.
What do you think about that, Kara? Eliminate a woman that's in the district.
Renee?
To put a man in there.
Really? Well,
I know that question. Go ahead, go.
Just let him go at it.
The same way I feel about having minorities. I don't think you need to draw the lines either way. You just who's going to win.
The better person will always win. It's wonderful country of ours. Simple as that. Absolutely. Why qualified?
Then why did Perry win governor?
Because he was the better
person.
According to the state of Texas, he was.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't know what they're voting for.
43 to 54.
Finally, he's been exposed to everybody else, and everybody's kind of saying, "Gosh, we voted for this one."
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
You said that.
a lot of them. I'm saying it too.
Find me 100 Republicans right now that can tell you that. Find me any Republican.
I'll find it.
Okay, next show, Friday.
Next show.
Okay.
Bring them on the show. I want to see who
We can't even fit 100 people in this third room.
Bring me one Republican next week is going to say that.
Okay. You gonna convert to Republican? That's one right here.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, but you have news, John.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm sorry.
Renee's going to bring us back.
This is pretty exhausting, I
I
know.
know.
Now, go on, John. What do you got?
That's it, might as well.
Jeannie Morrison, I think that's again, I don't think you're trying to single.
That's not even what I was going to talk about, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying about the race. I think
We gotta get back on task.
Okay, get back. Okay,
Get
so
back,
tell
get
us the
back.
news, what? Morrison.
First, she's running for the 34th.
Hey, I got a text and she did pretty good.
I heard she may be running for the 34th also, is what I heard.
34th state.
U.S. Congressman, 34th district.
Wow, that's a big deal right there, though. And then that we probably need to talk about.
Well, I think we'll argue with that. We got pretty much the short end of the stick on that one. I think both.
Does Blake survive or no?
I think it's tough, but I think he runs the race and see what happens. Depends on where he goes.
But if you were to make a prediction,
I think it's tough.
Look,
You said it.
we know
Okay, I
who
see
we want to
you.
win, but let's look at this.
I know that's who y'all want to win, and it would probably, if we're going to have a Republican in this area, I probably want somebody locally, but I doubt it's going to go to Harris County.
I was just going to
I'm
ask
with you.
that.
And I think it's tough.
Same thing with them.
I think it's tough for Democrats to win. I think Rosemary Harris, anybody else on the Democrat side locally, I think it's going to be tough for them to win. I think it's going to come from the valley.
The bottom line is that New Ways is
The only good thing about this is that the Valley has at least 6 or 7 candidates who are already going to file or will soon file or declare themselves candidates out of Cameron County and Valley alone. So that's going to be huge. They're going to be majorly splitting up the vote. There's been one candidate here locally who's already filed, Corpus Christi resident. He's an industrial engineer out at CCAD, and also Rosemary Harrison. Those are the only 2.
And the problem is that there's any.
I'm sorry, but all I was going to say is that, regardless of, if you want more minorities, Nueces County as a whole, where is our representation going to be? I mean, do we want someone down in the valley to represent us? Or are they going to look after us? Or do we want someone like in Houston area, Katy, to represent us? I mean, Nueces County, we got the short end of the stick.
You're absolutely right.
I agree.
I was reading an article out of the Brownsville Herald about 3 days ago, and they were talking about the candidacy of their DA who is running, with Villalobos, who's running for the 27th Congressional District. And the thing they said about him is he's going to be good for Cameron County. They didn't say he's going to be good for the 27th District. They localized it and said Cameron County. So it's absolutely going to be about their county over ours. And I agree. I mean, on the partisan issues, obviously we're not going to agree. But in working to fight for our area, we want somebody that's from here and it's going to be totally dedicated to Nueces County.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest issue. But now, potentially we could be left out, even though we'll be represented by two congressmen.
I mean,
we'll be left
you've
out.
got a district that goes 140 miles to the valley. If you live on one part, if you live on Everhart, that side, your guy goes 145 miles south. If you live on the other side of Everhart, you're going to go 220 miles north. And that's just an amazing large district to be able to say, but you know what? Somebody basically 500 miles difference.
The bad end of the stick really is that we just didn't grow.
That's
true.
We grew. We didn't grow at the levels that the other communities did.
Well,
we did grow.
10%. 10% is good growth everywhere else in this country.
And that's been our problem.
If you get 12% in Michigan,
that we don't grow.
did good.
We're not very
12%
creative
of
in finding
Texas?
ways to keep people here. Young people are taking off to other cities. That's where that growth is at.
Well,
And until you start diversifying the industry in this community, you'll keep that pattern will continue.
Well, the thing is, still we have like a community that we love to do business, like Schlitterbahn, and then you don't have local people trying to just stop it and shut it down because they want to build their local park instead. You know, why not have two? You know,
Right, I understand what
so
you're
I
saying.
think, you know, just like the same.
Well, I still think overall we've done good. I think the
So-
last 4 or 5 years has been a pretty good, solid growth for Corpus. I think we're getting there. I think we got a great council. I think we just continue to have people that can kind of help out. I mean, we may not be going as fast as everybody else, but we're still growing. We could be losing population, and that would be very detrimental.
Well, then maybe what we're going with are the people, the ones that are obstructionists that Kara's talking about.
Well, I mean, I know,
Do we want that?
you know, of course not.
Well,
I
no,
don't
you
know.
don't want
And again, we don't really know where the growth is
Absolutely
coming
not,
from.
you don't.
But I tell you one thing, it's, you know, it's not any kind of study, but just, you know, what I've looked at, I've come across a lot of people that are from other states that are moving to Corpus Christi. A lot of people. Now, one, it's just because I think the economy's doing better.
Yeah.
But people are applying and getting hired here locally. One, we all know we don't have enough local people with a college education with a lot of degree or a lot of jobs that are asking for. But on the technical side, you look at the people from Shell, you got thousands and thousands of people moving in the region. I believe that that will be the catalyst for growth in the next 10 years because that thing's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
And so hopefully, you know, we're going to have to survive these 10 years, but I believe that our community in the region will grow enough that we'll be able to shrink back our congressional district and hopefully get something that's more based out of here. But I think in the end, the verdict is definitely, we all agree, we're going to be hurting and may not get any representative out of Corpus Christi.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we will. I don't think we will. Unless they come back in 2 years, which they can, of course, in early maps, and we draw a line, which I
And
think
that may
we do
happen.
that.
Or the Supreme Court could intervene and just put it at the maps that they previously drew, and then we're good for a while. So, we'll see. Well, we're almost done, guys.
We ain't done. We gotta keep going.
But you know,
we've had great
the mom's
guests.
24-hour style of South Texas
That's
politics.
right. It's not like we hadn't gone 3.5 hours straight. Remember, John?
3.5 hours one time.
That was
3.5 hours, one show, one
What was
day.
it, a telephone? What were we on?
It was basically, we had pizza here, we had people coming in and out,
we
3.5
had
hours
it
straight.
I don't have any pizza now, so I can't go that long. That's what I'm trying to say. I gotta eat, so I'll be able to survive 3
$9.99.
No.
We'll get those pizzas over here.
man.
There you go. Well, you think you'll be?
You know what, the
Quick
day after
question.
he's not a candidate, or not the day after, but 6 days after, let's bring Herman Cain on the show.
Let me ask you this: you think next Friday you'll still be in, or he'll be out next
He'll be
Friday?
gone.
Gone. I say he's gone next Friday.
Who's gonna
He's
pick
gone by
up?
tomorrow.
Who do you think will pick up his?
I think
And
Newt.
Newt.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Y'all think Newt's the man?
I think he's.
Well,
I think he's a real
I think
deal.
it's getting
He's
pretty
the
much
only
done.
one that Romney was,
He's at 38.
yeah, but Romney is dropping, that's huge.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been
That's the
consistent,
biggest-
all of a
But
sudden
I've always,
he's dropping, that's huge.
you know what? But going back to the middle of summer, I've always said that about Ronnie. He's never been able to get above 23%.
Right, but he's not
Never,
really
never.
gone
That's
below
it.
it either.
Well, he's dropping now.
Right
He's at 18
now, so
now.
that's what's
He's on
significant
national
about
polls.
Newt. I
And
think.
have those
And we
Republican
Democrats
crowds
are
candidate.
thrilled to have
We'll see,
Newt
man.
Gingrich and all 3 of those wives that he used to have.
Oh!
So, you know what, he has a great story of redemption. He has a great story that, you know what, I made mistakes.
Gosh.
What's
Of course
wrong?
you make mistakes.
Renee, it doesn't matter. A lot of Renee come from the dead. You just don't care. It doesn't matter.
I mean, that's what you have to say.
All I know-
God again.
You don't
Oh,
believe
by the
God?
way, I'm gonna get a new wife. So
I think
hey,
he's got
come on,
this-
that's ridiculous. Look,
He's actually hot on the other one.
Yeah. Well,
the other 2 wives,
Wait.
and both of them were sick.
So is that bad?
Well,
So personal
see.
character matters, Renee? Renee, hold
What?
on, wait, hold on. Personal character that matters?
Well, this
Whoa, no,
You're
seriously, no,
Right to the
you're
point.
talking
Almost
about,
out of town.
you're talking
Almost
about,
out of
well,
town.
he's had these wives, he's done these affairs, that matters?
Hey, you're supposed to be the party of family values. What's up?
We're giving that.
We're not.
Yeah, we're just gonna go straight for the. We gotta win.
That's right.
That matters.
That's what we're about to
That's
do.
not, I'm
We're
asking you.
no
I'm
lawyer.
asking
The
you.
Republican
We're out of
Party
time.
to go and say
Okay.
we are the
No, no.
party of family
Not the local
values.
party.
Go Newt Gingrich.
We are out of time. We want to thank you for watching South Texas Politics. Tune in next week for more of this. We're going to have some great guests set up. We want to thank newly appointed Judge David Sith for being on the show, and new Democratic Party Chair Gerald Roper for coming along too. For Renee, myself, Kara, and Art, thanks for watching South Texas Politics, and we'll see you next Friday. Take care.